Hey, how you doing? I hope you're having a great Saturday. I feel so silly doing these videos sometimes, but it's part of the growth process. So here we go. So I have a confession. So today was just one of those days that did not work out like I had planned. I had it all in my head. I was going to go to this special ladies event at my church this morning. I'd even stopped at the store, got coffee stuff and like a cream Danish and all that stuff. Like I was going to pamper the ladies and get out to the car with my daughter, and click, 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 click. It's not starting. And so I ended up, calling and amazing people coming to help me and take care of things for me. And, I got, some friends came and gave me a ride, and I got to the event and everything. And I was doing good, enjoying the time, but there was that part of me, that like trained part of me that wanted to just boo-hoo. Like, why is this happening to me? And all that stuff. And in that moment, I knew that I had a choice. I could give in to that reflex that I had trained into myself from previous behavior, or I could consciously make the choice in that moment to turn it around in my mind. So I decided right then and there that I was going to be thankful that I had my pastor and his family that came and got me at the store. They took my keys. They're like, you go to the ladies' meeting. We're going to take care of everything. I mean, what a blessing right there, right? Had a ride, got to the event, and I knew that they were taking care of it, and that it had happened on a Saturday, not a day when Joe had to be at work or anything like that, that it had, interfered with anything, that there wasn't any help. And so I made a choice in that moment to be thankful and to realize that, God knew what was going to happen, and he's like, you know what, this needs to be taken care of, and we're just going to do it on the least inconvenient day. And so we're going through it, and we get done with the event, and then I start thinking of like, oh, I hope it's nothing expensive. How are we going to do this? Can't we just get a break? And you know those thought processes. Like if you have ever worried about finances or anything like that in your life, you know how it goes. And so I start worrying about that, and there's that impulse in me where I'm thinking, like, there's this reflex, this learned behavior that I could go into and like spiral downward. And I can choose it now, or I can move on. And it was in that moment that I was able to choose to move on. Instead of worrying about what could possibly be, what could possibly happen, or in my mind, I'm just thinking like, I don't want to, in my worrying and in my boo-hooing, am I actually like slapping God in the face? Am I just being so ungrateful for everything that God has done in my life? And so I had to stop myself, and that's like my main thought that stopped me. And I was able in that moment to just be like, you know what, God, I'm really making this a Michelle-centric event right now. And I repented right then and there. I saw my error, and I was like, you know what, Lord, this is not where I want to go. And I repent for having this attitude towards you, and I repent for even giving into it. And it was just right then and there, that moment had the Lord not brought me where He's brought me from and been able to overcome and understand how my mind works and start to train my mind so that I can take every thought captive. And I'm just so thankful right now as I'm making this video with you. Yeah, I made some mistakes, but more than that, I learned from those mistakes. And I was able to bring myself out of that. So right now, I'm pretty proud of myself because if you know me at all, I might be a little bit dramatic at times, maybe. And there's that tendency. It's these learned behaviors, and you just have to think: is this serving me? Number one, is this honoring God? Really, number one, is this serving me? Is this even productive, or is this just a bunch of junk in my mind that's going to take over my entire day and then take over how productive I could be in that day in accomplishing everything that I want to accomplish? There's like so many things in there, right? And we all have our own things that motivate us and our own things that we want to get done in our life. So I just want to encourage you, if you find yourself in that moment where there's stuff going on, life is getting crazy, and you could get on that crazy train and just go all the ups and downs and just really feel it. Or you can move on knowing that the events that are happening right now, they're going to happen whether I'm on the crazy train or not. But if I'm on the crazy train, I'm going to get off of that crazy train, that roller coaster, feeling like I'm going to be sick. And I don't want to do that to myself. And I'm only going to ruin the rest of my day if I do that. Think about it. Have you ever been to an amusement park? You get on a ride and you're like, oh, okay, everybody else is doing it. I want to say that I was able to do that. And then you get on the ride and you get off and you're like, I feel sick. And then maybe you do get sick. Maybe you got to sit out for the next hour or so because it made you so sick. Riding the roller coaster, the crazy train, will make you sick. So make the decision to get off that crazy train. And you could just walk on by knowing that you are just moving on with your life. It's not about everything that's going on. You hear Abby and Joe, they're playing around. She just woke up from a little nap because it's been a long day. So I just wanted to share that with you. Maybe this helps you. Maybe you'll see this and then, something will happen to you tomorrow or something like that, and you can reflect on it. I don't know. But you know what? I'm going to submit it to the Lord and just say, Lord, I learned my lesson. Help somebody else learn theirs. So thank you so much for watching. I hope you guys have a great rest of the day. And if this resonates with you, if this helps you in any way, just leave a comment. Let me know, because I'd love to hear how the Lord is working in your life. And I'm going to get going now because I'm pretty tired after this crazy day. So thank you so much. Mwah.